In Simulx, you can create simulation groups to compare groups with different sizes, parameters, treatments, covariates, or outputs. I use a PK model with covariate effect of race on the bioavailability. I defined covariate elements for each ethnic group, Caucasian, Asian, Hispanic, and an equal distribution of the three. I also defined two treatments, a high and a low dose. To create a new simulation group, I go to the Simulation tab. When I click on New Group, I will be able to choose different elements for each group. Arrows that appear split each element between shared and group-specific elements. All elements that are shared apply to all groups. I will first compare the impact of different treatments on the response for the same population, and then I will compare the impact of different ethnic groups on the response. Let's split the treatment elements and select a low dose for the first group and a higher dose for the second group. With this icon here, I can edit group names. For example, I can write low dose, which will be more helpful when analyzing plots. I can choose if I want to have the same individuals in all groups or different ones. Having the same individuals ensures that the difference I see between groups is only due to the treatment and not from sampling different individuals in each group. On the opposite, having different individuals allows to mimic a parallel clinical trial design. When I simulate the study, Simulx will sample 100 covariates from the distribution selected for covariates, 100 individual parameters from a distribution based on population parameters and covariate values, and the same individual parameters will be used in all groups to simulate the model with the corresponding treatment for each group. The model will be simulated 100 times, 1 time per individual for each group, so 200 times in total. For each category of results, I have a table per group. You see here, as I chose same individuals among groups, that I have the same individual parameters and covariates in the two tables. For each category of plots, I have a plot per group. Simulx allows to have several elements which differ between groups. For example, I can set different group sizes to test quickly if these treatments give different results in a smaller or bigger clinical trial. For this, I create 2 additional groups with 10 individuals instead of 100. I click on Run. Again, I get a plot showing the response for each of the groups. We move now to the second example. We would like to compare the effect of race on the response. Let's split the covariate element between groups. You see now that if I choose another covariate distribution for a group, Simulx unchecks for me the box Same individuals among groups, because individuals cannot be the same. I decide to keep the same group size for all groups. I click on the left arrow and I am able to choose which one of the 2 different values to keep. I give again meaningful names to the groups. When I simulate this new study, you see that I have now different parameters between the tables. Again, I can compare plots to visualize the difference in the response. Outcomes can also be used to post-process the outputs and compare groups with quantitative criteria. We will show you in detail how to use them in a future video. This was the last feature of this lively year. We wish you a Merry Christmas and see you next year.